10:53 a.m. I want you to see the screen so you can see it. It's July 2nd, 2024. Like I said, it's 10:53 a.m. And I just captured terrorism by the state. That is the terrorist organization. Again, the terrorist leader, Dominic Choi, he's going to be prosecuted. He's going to be exposed. He's going to be removed for the terrorist leader that he is, treated like every other, let me be clear, any foreign or domestic leader. That's the specific language. He's going to be prosecuted based on what he is and what he is doing and what's occurring on his watch. Okay, so this is the specific environment, which is also exposing Dominic Choi and every demon affiliated with the Los Angeles Police Department and all of the people of the state, the population. And so this is the fake sun that's over Vons, as I documented, as I'm referencing in this video at the bottom, which I just captured moments ago, because everybody that works in Vons that's on surveillance cameras right now, that is under the light source, that's group stalking with LAPD, that's terrorizing, harassment as an entity, while federal stalking and engaging what is threatening your life on an ongoing basis as you enforce your rights to not be subject to stalking by the state and by the people of the state. Everybody that works in Vons, in the same way that everybody that works at Chase, in the same way that everybody that's working at Walmart, as I documented it, they're going to federal prison. And they're all on surveillance cameras. That's my evidence. I'm going to prosecute them with it. All right. So this is the light source that's over the Vons at 3:29 in the afternoon. You can see it right in its zenith over my head. Okay. Well, while I am this morning at what is 10:46 in the morning, I am driving on the grounds of Vons, and you can see the light source. Pay attention to the windshields. Pay attention to the vehicles. You can see it reflecting. It's right over my head through my sunroof. This is already the pattern of conduct established. That's the light source. Let me be clear. This is the same. I'm by the same sign. Okay. I'm by the sign at 10:46 in the morning right now today. And there's the fake sun looking at it through my windshield. This is the same sign. I'm standing right there in front of it. This is non-movement of a fake sun. Remember, the entity is just keeping the fake sun on the left side of my person, keeping it over the top of my head all day long, and then setting it on the right side of my person. And this is how you are looking at what is as I go to one address, the same address at different times of the day, and the fake sun is still there. All right. And that's not the natural environment. And it's also directly incriminating the demon-possessed agency. That's a terrorist organization, the LAPD, who is engaging in group stalking in the state. They're demons while they're doing so. And that on its face is disqualification permanently from law enforcement anywhere in the U.S. It's also grounds of federal prison. And also the terrorist organizer going by the name of a chief of police. This is that masquerade of some civilized and dignified title while you're nothing other than the barbaric terrorists that are across seas. And you're engaging in this system of terrorism, and you know that somebody is enforcing their rights. Yeah, that's worthy of federal prison. Okay, so Dominic Choi, he's just racking it up, begging for it, while the terrorist organization is engaging in its documented role in sync with the people of the state. And while everybody just caught time in federal prison, that's on the clock at Vons. And also, as I documented, license plates in the parking lot, pacing all around me while the demon is pacing, flying over my head in a helicopter. All right, so this is that fierce prosecution and punishment for terrorism in the U.S., where the enemy is a domestic one, threatening the lives of an American citizen, and I'm exposing what this government is doing to people while it's doing it to me, and I'm going to prosecute them for it. So this is capturing the impossible, that the sun would be at the same address. You can see it through the windshield. It's not through the living room, my living room window at Alvarado Gardens down the street. Okay, it's seen through the front window of this vehicle while it is driving toward me away from Alvarado Gardens. If there was a sun over Alvarado Gardens, I wouldn't even see it while I'm in the parking lot of Vons, and the sun wouldn't be present at the same address, Vons. It would be present here later in the afternoon. But you also know that that's not the case, because when I stay at Alvarado Gardens all day long, there is never any sun that's at a distance at this vantage point away from Alvarado Gardens. In fact, let's look at the direction where Alvarado Gardens is. It's over there. There's no sun over there. That's where the property of Alvarado Gardens is. While I'm in my apartment and I'm looking this direction toward Glendale Avenue, there's no sun that's over here, but it's right here over the top of my head. And that's how you know what that is. That's a demon-possessed group stalker that wants to appear as they're digging out there, putting groceries in their car. They're focused. You can see the fake sun through the windshield of these vehicles that are pacing all around. All around an engineered light. It's not even sunlight. 7ZHB695 is the third party, and so is this demon that's maintaining audible activity creation using a shopping cart, crossing path, creating light activity, in sync and on behalf of the demons that are on video, flying over my head today in a helicopter, putting everybody on the work schedule today at Vons. They're all going to federal prison. I mean, in the bakery, in the bathroom, working in the photo area inside of the Vons, sitting at the register, they're all going to federal prison. Every single last one of them. So this is the shakedown where the government's engaging in terrorism in this manner, doing so an intolerable level of criminal conduct by a government that relies on the people of the state. The government that's group stalking with you cannot protect you, and you're facing the end of that system. And where you want to threaten the life of an American citizen in sync with that government, you want to go to federal prison. And that's exactly how the federal judge is going to analyze it and look at it, because on its face, that's exactly what you're communicating. Okay, so this is the fake sun, and this is capturing the phenomenon. So I want you to see that. You're not, hold on just 1 second. So hostile because I'm documenting it, looking all around as though they're oblivious. I don't know you, you're a stranger. This is what the demons... Listen, while I am speaking to the reality of their criminal system, this is when the demons that are already stalking in helicopters arrive so that I can see them. That is for the criminal purpose to obstruct justice, to threaten you, to retaliate, to intimidate you. While you're doing so, bearing weapons, representing a law enforcement agency, you're going to federal prison, and everybody stalking with you is going to federal prison. That includes everybody on the clock, on cameras, in relevant position inside of Vons, the facilitating venue. Are relying on, that you focus on the carnal. All right, this is the spiritual reality, and this is terrorism as I'm exposing the criminal conduct that the state of California is engaging in. There you go. Vons, let me be clear, everybody that's in the grocery store working at Vons, and the third party that I just documented, they're going to federal prison. And this is stalking not only where I'm at, but where the fake sun is right over me. Dominic Choi, he's going, this is grounds of federal prison, okay? Not helping Alvarado Gardens. You're not helping Chase Bank, who was at work while this entity was flying over. You're not helping everybody who was at work at Walmart when they flew over my head. You're not helping this demon right here who's going to federal prison. Her license plate is 9MLH897. And you're witnessing what is terrorism in the U.S. while the entity is openly engaging in the P.O.C. and engineer lights moving on underneath that car. This is That's what I was zooming in on, so you could see that flashing of light underneath the vehicle. That's entirely demonic. That was a demon flying over my head in a helicopter. These are demons pacing all around in the parking lot. There's no vantage point where, first of all, this isn't even the sun. Second of all, that's the pattern of conduct of stalking amongst engineered light. And it's also how animals that are demon possessed exhibit hostility. Like dogs and cats bark and meow, and bears growl, demons spark engineered light, and they amplify audible activity, and they fly around sounding helicopter activity, and they fly in circles, and they pace back and forth. That's animalistic behavior. These are the people who are going to be literally devouring each other in the streets in the last days. Okay, based on this demonic spirit that's in them and this criminal conduct that's being exposed. It's not a secret anymore. They're currently in custody of minor children. They're currently working for law enforcement agencies. They're currently filling courts, sitting on benches, practicing law, okay, facilitating kidnapping in the state of California. Politicians and their celebrities who are idolized. Okay, you go to pay money to watch them sing at a concert. You go to pay money to watch them perform in a movie. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not going to judge or anything, but these are people you do not idolize. None of these people are worthy of worship, which is what idolatry is. You shouldn't be a part of any sort of Bieber or part of any beehive or any Barbie, whatever these minions, these league of minions. These are iterations of the same idolatrous behavior. And let me be clear, it's in the name of Satan. You just don't even recognize that that's what you are being conditioned to practice and accept. So nonetheless, this is prosecution for group stalking a helicopter in the absence of any sun. It's 11. It's right here, the center of the universe, from LA, the Social Security office. And I'm still not anywhere near my living room window. This is not going to create any sunlight in my living room. The ongoing documentation of what the state has been doing on an ongoing basis, let alone the fact that I'm in an entirely different region, by the way, on this day in 2022, where I am in Ontario, California, on July 2nd, where this entity is engaging in stalking in helicopters, which is the pattern of conduct when I'm in an entirely different region. But I documented my presence. Looks like where I stop, where I remain. I'm at the Ovid Family Community Library, where the entity keeps the fake sun over me, which is what I'm documenting while I'm at the venue of the library in the morning. I go in and I stay there until the end of the day. I walk out and it's still there at the library at 5:56 p.m. There's no point in the day where the sun's going to be anywhere other than over me, which is the pattern of conduct. As I walk outside of my leasing office, where's the fake sun? It's still in the same position, by the way, the same location. It's not the natural environment where it's over Vons and over Alvarado Gardens for the duration of the day. That's non-movement also. You're just looking at the greater picture. It's even more highlighted, though, when I stay in one apartment on the property. Going across the street from Alvarado Gardens or, across the road a little bit, that's not the sun. Not the sun. None of it. Where that environment is present, the entity is stalking in helicopters. The entity is stalking on an ongoing basis. And Dominic Choi, let me be clear, by virtue of presence of the state in helicopters, you're going to federal prison where I encounter you. You're going to federal prison. So it is currently 11:03 a.m. This is P.O.C.